Hi, it's me. No. 3. Pueblo. In the desert southwest of the United States, there are a few sites that have captured the imagination of archaeologists more than others. These sites include Chaco Canyon, Canyon de Chelly, and Mesa Verde. But there is one site that seems to be more mysterious than all the rest. A place where archaeologists are baffled by what they have found, and do you are to have any idea how to explain it. This is the site of Pueblo Bonito. The first thing we need to do is get to this mysterious place. We start our journey in Arizona at the town of Gallup. In fact, they were quite violent, which was evident by the amount of arrowheads and other weapons they found here. Several of these remains were found underneath the floors of rooms that had been used for ceremonial purposes. Now, if you've watched any of our videos before, you know that human sacrifices were a common occurrence throughout ancient history, and this is no different here. But this was not the most shocking discovery they would make. They also found evidence that cannibalism may have taken place here as well, which has led many to believe that Pueblo Bonito was some kind of a sacred slaughterhouse. As they continued excavating, they came across human remains hidden under the floor of several of the buildings. During these times, the crops would fail and the people would have no choice but to abandon their homes and search for new settlements where they could farm. Maybe they did this because they believed it would bring them rain during times of drought, or maybe they did it for fun. And when I say the entire community, I mean it. They didn't leave behind any trash or scraps of food. It was as if they vanished into thin air. But whatever the reason, they are no longer here to tell their side of the story. But we don't know for sure because no written records survive from this civilization. Whatever the case may be, we know that they disappeared around the year 1300, just like the but we still don't know why. But this was no ordinary fire. It was so hot that it literally melted metal objects, such as knives and other tools. Or were they simply victims of a devastating earthquake, followed by years of drought? Or did something else cause them to flee their homes and abandon everything behind? And this has led many to believe that this fire was started on purpose. Maybe they were the same people who built the mysterious pyramids of the Southwest. Or perhaps they were the legendary Pueblo people who supposedly came from the stars. You see, when archaeologists excavated here, they discovered that these people did not live a very peaceful life. But one thing is certain: Pueblo Bonito is one of the most mysterious places in North America, and it deserves every bit of mystery that surrounds it. But they did. So this tells us that there must have been a very good reason for them to leave, such as a natural disaster or an invasion from another tribe. One possibility is that the people of Pueblo Bonito were visited by an advanced group of people who came from beyond the horizon. Not only did they practice ritualistic human sacrifice, but they also buried some of their dead with their possessions. It's unknown whether or not they saw themselves as a separate people from the Anasazi, who built similar dwellings across the Four Corners region. Here we will find signs pointing us towards the west and north, where after about an hour and a half drive, we will arrive at the entrance of Pueblo Bonito. Here we can finally begin to see some ruins peeking over the horizon. But we have to keep driving for another half an hour until we reach the main gate. See, archaeologists found evidence that around the year 1276 there was a large earthquake in the area, and many believe that this earthquake caused the droughts that lasted for more than 20 years. But whatever the reason, when archaeologists arrived here, they uncovered evidence of both. That's because, when they excavated here, they found evidence of a massive fire that swept through the settlement. Throughout their excavations, they discovered signs of drought, such as the lack of plant pollen and the presence of dead trees. At the same time, they found evidence of warfare in the form of arrowheads and human bones. As we enter the park, we pass through a landscape that resembles nothing so much as the surface of Mars. And it's easy to see why this park was used as a filming location for the movie The Martian. Before we even step foot into this place, it's clear that Pueblo Bonito is unlike anything we have ever seen before. With 80 rooms spread across 3 stories with over 2,500 people once calling this place home, it is truly amazing to think about life here over 1,000 years ago. As we make our way through the park, we can see a visitor center on our left, which we will pass by, but we are heading straight for the only road leading to the ruins themselves. At the end of this road, we will find ourselves gazing at the largest cliff dwelling in the American Southwest, and this place had every convenience that its residents could have asked for. It had running water piped into it from the nearby mountains, as well as farming terraces carved into the desert below. But it wasn't just this impressive layout that makes this site so mysterious. When archaeologists came here, they discovered something that made them question everything they thought they knew about the people who lived here. When archaeologists began excavating the site, they discovered that the people who built this place did not live very peacefully. But the thing that really caught their attention was the location of these human remains. But what makes Pueblo Bonito so unique is the sheer number of human remains found here. Many archaeologists believe that this violence was coming from within, and that the people who lived here practiced ritualistic human sacrifice and cannibalism. It's possible that they saw themselves as separate due to their language, culture, religion, or possibly all three. Some say that it was drought, while others believe it was a combination of drought and warfare. This leads many to believe that this place was abandoned around the year 1300. To a series of droughts that lasted for more than 2 decades. While this theory makes sense and is supported by evidence, it does not explain why the people who lived here practiced such brutal rituals. What we do know is that sometime between 1250 and 1300, the entire community packed up and left without a trace. And this is where the mystery of Pueblo Bonito gets really interesting. And this tells us that they valued their material possessions very highly, which means that they would not have abandoned them unless they absolutely had to. And that's when things take a turn for the strange. But there is evidence that there was another cause for the abandonment of Pueblo Bonito, a cause that archaeologists can't quite explain. Now, fires happen all the time, especially in dry climates like this one. So was this the reason the people of Pueblo Bonito fled? Was there a war with a neighboring tribe that ended in the burning of their city? These questions have remained unanswered for decades, and probably will remain so for many years to come. But that doesn't mean we can't speculate. Maybe these people were the ones who started the fire and destroyed their city. But who are these people and where did they come from? Whatever the case may be, we will probably never know for sure. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos about ancient ruins. Thanks for watching. See you next time.